happen across a lot of things, doesn't he?
He is the headmaster of the school. I think he has to know shit.
But yeah, I was like, what the fuck is he doing, all hours of the night? He's like, no, hot cocoa. Right now's the time. And he happens to cross a student.
Yeah, he can't get it delivered to his room.
And they're talking for a second about how it's lucky that he stumbled across him when he did. Because if he didn't, something much worse could have happened. What could be much worse than being petrified?
Dead.
I mean, I think you're not really very alive. That's a little stoned, I guess, but...
Well, there's a chance of coming back. Dead is dead. There's no coming back from that. You can be unpetrified. You can't be undead.
Well, I don't know about that. You can come back from the dead if you're not fully dead.
One would argue then you're not really dead.
Okay. Yeah, I caught myself when she looked at me like that.
So, as the teachers talk about how lucky it was that Dumbledore just happened to be headed downstairs to get some hot chocolate, Dumbledore leans down and he grabs Colin's camera. And McGonagall's like, you think maybe he got a shot of whatever it is that did this to him? And he doesn't answer, but he starts fucking with the camera to get it open. And when he does, they find that the whole inside of the camera has just been melted.
Ugh.
Way to cover your tracks, though.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like...
They thought of everything. I assumed it was because Colin never stopped taking pictures at first, that it was steaming. And McGonagall was like, oh man, because it's ridiculous how many pictures you just click, 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 click all the time. But that's not what caused it. Somebody fried the camera because he did probably get some pictures off.
That's when Dumbledore makes the comment, the chamber has definitely been opened.
Again.
And McGonagall asks him, but like who? Who would do this? So it's obviously not a surprise that this chamber exists to the teachers of Hogwarts. It didn't seem like McGonagall was surprised that there was a Chamber of Secrets.
Or at least not to these teachers at Hogwarts, because Binns apparently doesn't know.
Right, no, that's a really good point. He doesn't know. McGonagall's in the know. She's a cat.
Yep.
She prowls.
Oh, jeez.
But he goes, look, it's not really a question of who, but a question of how. And it says that from the look on McGonagall's face, she didn't understand what that meant any more than Harry. So, big ol' cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Does he know who, or does he, have an idea?
Yeah, maybe he does know who, because he's like, that's not what we're worried about. Obviously, it's
How?
It's whoever did it, but the question is how. Maybe it's that he's not surprised this thing exists. It's just he doesn't know how to get into it, even if he did find it.
Right.
Big D is stumped.
And that's where they leave it. No fucking answers. Well, hey, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I want to give another quick shout out to all of our patrons and all of our listeners. We started this about 9 months ago. I think we started finally uploading episodes. And we're on, I believe this is going to be 35. So we're not quite to our 1 year anniversary, but we never thought that we would have as many people listening as we do now. So even if you're being quiet and you haven't messaged us at all, we see you and we appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Keep listening. Keep hitting that like button.
If you did want to write us an email, you could do so to podcastatt@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at podcastatt or Twitter at podcast_ATT. I've actually been hopping on Twitter a little bit more lately, and it's kind of fun. I'm starting to enjoy it.
And if you're interested in becoming a patron, you can find us there at podcastatt. You're going to find tons of gag reels and extended cuts and all sorts of really neat stuff. So thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye.